Hi Aries, thank you for your patience and welcome back to Born Without Boundaries. My name is Michelle and this is my channel. Please do click subscribe and ring that bell so that you know when I go live, because starting next week I'll be going live a lot lately. I try to go live at least 4 to 5 times a week. That is not happening this week because of recovery, but I love my strong Aries voice, especially my Aries girls. 2 of my best friends are Aries. What can I say? I love strong women. Anyway, this will be part of a 2-part reading. Be sure to take a little time to go over to Vimeo and check out the extended reading. That extended reading will always be romance specific. These readings are not romance specific. They're general readings for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, wherever Aries is in your chart. You can take this and apply it to that circumstance, understanding how these energies are going to affect you this week. This week, Aries, we have a full moon in Aquarius. Aquarius is an air sign, so there should be a lot of positive momentum coming your way, positive energy, positive releases, positive opportunities to start new and start fresh and cleaning out the closet. That's on August, that's on August 15th, the full moon in Aquarius. And then we also have Jupiter has gone back direct. A couple of days ago it went direct. And that is a fortuitous sign. It's fortunate. It's good. It's positive momentum and energy. However, it coupled with the Aquarius full moon has really brought our attention to the big picture and our long-term goals, which is great. But this week especially, a lot of people are tripping up over the details because it's like they're looking up so much that they're forgetting to check their feet or watch where they step. And some people are stepping in shit. Some people are tripping over pebbles. Like, it's the devil is in the details this week. That's just an FYI side note for you guys. It might not affect you as much, but let's see. Definitely higher perspective and bigger picture. Trust in the great mystery. Wow, higher perspective and deeper. Aries, you're at a challenging impasse in your life right now. Act as if. Interesting. We got this with Pisces too. This sense of not feeling like yourself, but it's almost like you're doing it intentionally to help yourself get through. I feel like, okay, wow. There's a lot. There's something that you're uncomfortable with. You're very uncomfortable with it, but you really like it a lot. You want it. This is something that you want in your life a whole bunch, but you're not comfortable with it yet. For some reason, you're not willing to be vulnerable with it yet. It's long-term. It's a long-term goal. It's something that you've wanted for quite some time. It has always mattered a lot to you. Like, this is something that your best friends in the world will know that you've wanted for a very, very long time. But right now, you're almost not comfortable with it. And it's here. It's like its presence is in your life. I don't know if it's the beginning of a new career or the beginning of a new relationship. But it's the reality of it is making you kind of loopy. Yeah, but this is more positive in that you do own the fact that you want it. You do own the fact that you manifested it. You do own the fact that it is yours, and you want and you're not trying to give it up. Like, but there's still like, do I belong here? Really? Maybe this is a too good to be true? Because you have wanted it for a very long time. And if this is a relationship, this is somebody that makes you feel more deeply than you are comfortable with. Like, this is a deep, deep person if this is a new relationship for you. And, you're used to taking that leadership role, just assuming of the presence of leader, of activity, of forward progress. And you don't almost get this more spiritual side of yourself. To you, that could be like hooey, like cockamamie. But there is a really loyal presence in your life. Definitely starting something new. Yep. This is the start of something new, and it's something that you've manifested over a very long period of time, but for some reason it's not making you comfortable. Let's try to find out that reason. It's not, you're not comfortable with it. And I honestly feel like you're not comfortable with the other dynamic of it. You're not comfortable with the reality of it yet. You ever heard the expression fake it till you make it? You're still faking it. It's like you're feeling weird because you're faking something that you really want. It's like you're going to this new job every day. This is an example. You're going to a new job every day. And you're, oh, I love the job. I love it. Oh, it's great. It's great. But inside there's a little bit of misery. There's a little bit of sadness. There's a new relationship and you know how wonderful it is. Like you can see long term with this person. But the level of depth that they have with you, the level of connection and communication that they're capable of with you, I feel like you feel a great, it's responsibility. You feel it. Oh, sneezing really hurts. I'm sorry. It's a tremendous level of responsibility to realize that your dreams have come true. It's a tremendous and humbling experience. And Aries, you're not really good at being humble. You're not. I think that would be your medicine work this week, is for you to be humble and to just get on your knees and say thank you and acknowledge that, yeah, it's arrived. What I've manifested has arrived. But there's a burn here. There's a sting. In that, in order to have everything that you've ever wanted, with great reward comes great sacrifice. You're not the full version of you that you expected from yourself. You're different. Yeah, I'm going to say this out loud. You're more wishy-washy. You're more lovey-dovey. You're more romantic. And you're almost pissed at yourself for it. It's like, wake up out of it. Come on, that's not me. Let's get it going. Stop. You're allowed to be goofy in love. You're allowed to be silly in love. And I know you don't want to be, but guess what? This other person brings it out at you. And this has to be something that you share, if only with them. If only with them, they can be your safe place. They will be your safe haven. Remember that song from Rent, I'll Shelter You? I'll shelter you. That's the name of this reading, I feel, is I'll shelter you. Because this is a loving, loyal person. And you don't want to let them go. Why? Because pragmatically you see what a good spouse they are. What a good opportunity this is in front of you if it's not a person. But you are afraid because it's something you don't recognize. And it's something that you can't completely control, Aries. And that's what's making you feel uncomfortable. This was my manifestation. This was everything I ever wanted. But when it was in my head and I was manifesting it, I controlled everything because it was still conceptual. It was still all mine. Now it involves others. It involves other people. And there are variables. And I'm honestly, I'm not really that comfortable with the variables. That's part of the life. That's part of life right now, Aries. And you're smart. It's not like you're pushing it away. You know how good this is. But you're like, fake it till you make it right now. I hear that song going over and over in my head. I'll be your shelter. I'll shelter you. This is that person. Yeah, this is them. I gotta say, this is the person or that opportunity that is really going to go the distance with you and give you an abundance, a cornucopia, a home, a traditions, family, long-term stability. You know, where once you were picking on street a roadkill, now you've got the full shebang Thanksgiving dinner surrounded by family and friends and loved ones and home and hearth. And it's a little mushy for you, Aries, and you're kind of like, come on. You know you want it. Yes, you do. Come on. You know you want it. You know you want it. You're almost a little bit intimidated and afraid to let down that guard, let down that control, let down that superiority complex. Let it all down. And you know what? Okay, if this is your person, if this is a person, like a new romance that you've started, Aries, I can tell you right now, you only have to let it down with them. You can wear a mask with the rest of the world. You can still be that gorgeous, hot cha-cha, fast-paced, hot rod self. But with this person, you have to take that mask off. You have to show them the gushy self. They're your person. You can go deep with them. Like, let them paint you their colors. Let them paint you whatever colors, because they're long and enduring and trustworthy, and they go the distance. It's tried and true. This could be a new opportunity, a new career that's just happened, an offer that's just come in, a person that you've just met or just started dating. But they're a good one. They're a solid one. They could be could be a Scorpio, right? Could also be a Taurus, maybe a Virgo. It could be another Aries. But there's also water sign here too. This person is really kind-hearted. I feel more and more that this is a person. But if this is an opportunity, it's an opportunity that's really excited about you. Like you just got a job offer. I feel like you've already got this job offer though. I feel like this just started. This just began, because it's in the, like, this week is in the too good to be true stages. And you're still trying to take on that semblance of hard ass. Of I don't need this as much as I think, I don't need this as much as it needs me. You actually need it more. And that's the truth. You're more tender-hearted than their gushiness. Could be a Cancerian. Because Cancerians are really gushy. They're really gushy. They really are. They gush all over the place. And normally you would have been like, oh God, like eye rolling at it. But there's something about this person that cures your loneliness and heals your worries. That calms your anxiety and makes all the bad past go away. They're a very healing person. This is a very healing experience, Aries, that you're going through. There's healing and growth here, personal healing and growth and development, and it warms your heart. It's like you're home again. It's like you're home again. Or home for the first time. Maybe you thought this would never happen to you, Aries, but it is. It is. And you're still trying to like fake it till you make it. You still don't really know what to do. But this is the 8 card. This is infinity. So this was definitely destined and manifested, more importantly. This is something that you created, co-created with spirit. That's really taking off. You've given birth to it. You've given life to it. And it's gorgeous. Oh my God. It's abundant. It's just these old wounds. It's these old wounds, these old hurts, these old, it's almost like it's you're remembering pain. You know, Aries, because you can be very defensive and self-protective and guarded. And you don't want to be too mushy about this right now. But this is the person that you can be. This is the opportunity that you can trust. Like this, this is it. This is that I've arrived jitters. And you really don't know what to do with it. But you've brought this magic into life, and there's growing pains. That's what's going on. But overall, this is just, You know, you're a creature of passion, Aries. But you're not a creature of emotion. You're not. This makes you emotional. This makes you what you would consider to be less than. But then you turn around and you're like, holy shit, if I'm less than, then that person is less than, or this opportunity is less than, and it's really not less than, it's really everything I've ever wanted. So what does it say about me? That's kind of what's going through your head right now. You're having like an awakening of the spirit too. Well, just like Pisces. But with you, it's like you accept it and you know that it's a good thing. You understand it. It's okay, Aries. They'll be your shelter. Maybe you can't buy love, but you can rent it. And however long you can rent it for. And for what I see is this can go lifelong. There'll be that port in the storm where you can be free to gush, be free to unwind, be free to be imperfect, and admit that you're not perfect. Because honestly, this circumstance, this situation, this opportunity, this person wants all of you, not just some of you. Chose your everything, not just your what you consider to be your best things. And that's the discomfort. That's the discomfort right now with this week. And by Thanksgiving time, I feel like if this is a person, there's going to be a proposal, or maybe moving in together, or a statement made out loud of the two of you. You know, you could be moving. You could be moving or planning to move. There's a lot of changes here, Aries, that are going on underneath the surface that you aren't necessarily the one controlling. And that doesn't make you so comfortable either. Oh my God. This is your shelter. This is your home. This is what you've manifested. This is what you've wanted. We're having such a conflict of interest. A lot of signs this week. There's like a conflict of interest of not being able to believe that what's happening is real. You know? And if you're totally, say you're an Aries that's totally single and you haven't even met somebody yet. This is life. You're at a stage in your life where you have achieved something great. You have accomplished something amazing. Something that you, honestly, even you with your big dreams, didn't dream. And it's the conflict of interest is the sting is in the, almost like pinch me, wake me. I can't believe it. This can't be real. This can't be happening. I don't want to be this happy because there's danger in being this happy. There's risk in being this happy. Every time I ever got this happy, I got really hurt, and I'm not going to go back there and do that again. You're not going to be hurt again. This is real. This is true. This really belongs to you. This isn't something that you have to worry about that's going to go away tomorrow. You can be here for as long as you want. It's your shelter. I'll shelter you. Even if you're totally single, who cares? This is a point in your life where you can really just those roots can go very, very deep. You can plant your roots now. It's safe. It's safe at this company. It's safe at this job. It's safe with this person. And I think maybe you feel a little bit of guilt because you had to play dirty to get there. And you feel like, oh shit, is it going to be taken away from me? I don't know. Maybe if this is a person you were dating, they were dating somebody else when you met them. Or, you know, maybe if this was a job, you kind of had to like shove somebody else out of the way to get the job. I mean, all in all, you were meant to have it. Because if you weren't meant to have it, it wouldn't be. And there's a little bit of a sting there because you feel like, oh, this is going to be taken away from me because. But it's not. Because the truth is, it was always yours. And if you did beat out competition for it, it was competition that it wasn't meant to be theirs. It was meant to be yours. So they move on and now you're here. And bottom line is, this is where you're going to stay for a long time. And maybe that's a little unsettling to you too. Because you started to take comfort in the idea of not settling down. You started to take, but that was fake. You kind of convinced yourself to take comfort in not settling down. You convinced yourself to take comfort in not being any one place too long. You convinced yourself that that's what you are, but it's not. You always wanted a home. You always wanted a place to lay your head and to set your roots. And now you found it, Aries. Now you found it. And you've given it to yourself. You've been a huge part of manifesting this into your own life. Exceptional. Exceptional. By Thanksgiving, I'm telling you. By Thanksgiving, you're going to have a brand new place to hang your hat. Like a home. Home is where your heart is. And your heart is going to be home. I'm serious. And this week is about just accepting it and absorbing it. And getting mushy with it. Like, getting mushy with it. Nah, 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 nah. That's not even the song. But getting a little mushy with it. You know, allowing it to sink in, to be like, oh, wait. Because there's a lot of pain in your past. I can feel that. I feel it. There was a lot of pain and disappointment and heartbreak. And you built up around that with this sort of your ego to protect you from it. But it, you know, that's what it is. It's all coming down this week. And those little pains are being released and stinging. But you're in such a good place. You're such a healthy place right now. It's just little stings. They'll go away. They'll go away. This is the world that you created is here. And it will be your shelter from year to year to year. All right, if you want a specific romance reading, maybe a little deeper dive into what's going on here, we'll pull a few tarot cards, but definitely a specific romance reading, head on over to Vimeo and we'll go into specifically focusing on romantic love, right? Because I try not to focus on romantic love unless it comes through so strong that I just can't like ignore it. Like for some of you, I already know this is a new romance. This is love. I already know it. But, you know, I try to apply it to many different areas of life because it could be. Because love is big love, right? It's not just love is love. Love is love is love is one love. It's not just in love, romantic love. It could be loving what you do, loving your life, right? It could be something you're passionate about. So go head on over to Vimeo if you want the extended reading for a little deeper dive into what's going on here, maybe the key players, what's going on. Specifically geared to romance. If this is where we part ways, I want to say thank you so much for you know, being patient and waiting while I was able to get this reading out. Thank you so much for your patience and your constant support, Aries, and I will see you guys next week.